From the station putting local first, you're watching Studio 9.
Good evening and welcome to Studio 9. I'm your host, Patricia Maese. The El Paso Museum of Art is one of the Borderlands treasures. Tonight, Studio 9 is taking you inside the museum on a walk through its galleries. Founded in 1959, the museum was born from a need to house a collection of art donated by the Samuel Crest Foundation. Some of the artists that you'll find here: Botticelli, Canaletto, and of course, the renowned Tom Lea. Joining me now is the First Lady of El Paso, but also you're known as the expert when it comes to Tom Lea. You founded the Tom Lea Institute here in El Paso. There's this whole other world when it comes to Tom Lea. I mean, we know him as the artist of the Southwest and as an author, but also he was a correspondent for Life magazine as an artist during World War II. Yes. Talk about that.
Well, he was, he was working out in El Paso. He'd been doing illustrations for J. Frank Dobie, but he was contacted by a new publication, Life magazine, right in 1941, when the United States was gearing up for war, and they wanted to do, they did a series of articles on gearing up for war. And so they asked Tom Lea, since they'd read a book of his, Dan Longwell, the founding editor, had read a book, seen his illustrations, and wrote him, had a telegram sent that asked him to do a drawing of a cavalry soldier at Fort Bliss. And that was the beginning of a career. It was really a career over the course of World War II, where he traveled over 100,000 miles and became the most noted of war correspondents in over a dozen spreads, like 11 or 12-page spreads with multiple paintings of different actions of war.
And he was actually on an aircraft carrier, did several tours, and talk about some of the artists or the artwork that he was doing while he was on those carriers.
Right. Well, he had gone on a destroyer to the North Atlantic right before we entered Pearl Harbor. And then he went to the South Pacific, where he was aboard the USS Hornet, an aircraft carrier, in August for 3 months. And Jimmy Doolittle, most people have heard of Jimmy Doolittle, the raid over Tokyo, his raiders had taken off of the USS Hornet. So the Japanese were after it. And Tom Lea went aboard and spent 3 months documenting kind of daily lives, who the people were. And then he would bring his drawings home and do paintings out of his studio in El Paso. But so when the Hornet was sunk, he was lifted off to present his drawings to Admiral Nimitz at CINCPAC. And when Nimitz is the one who broke the news to him that the Hornet had been sunk, he had observed the torpedoing of another aircraft carrier called the USS Wasp while he was there, and then they lost the Hornet. So, I mean, that was a very iffy time for the United States, because we had no coverage in the South Pacific.
It is so fascinating because he's an artist, and of course his work is beautiful, but it's important because it's history, and you refer to him as a historian covering important parts of history during this time.
Yeah, he did cover history, and there are, many 20th century artists, they create their own worlds. And Tom Lea was always interested, especially when it came to World War II, of accurately reporting things. So you can look at the ships and I mean, he would want a sailor to look at it and say he got it right, and he did. So he was honored several times by the military for his work because of his accuracy.
And of course we can find some of his work here at the El Paso Museum of Art, the Tom Lea Institute, which you helped to find as well. And you have some of those Life magazines also at the Tom Lea Institute if people want to check it out.
We do.
For the complete interview with Adair Margo, or to learn more about the Tom Lea Institute, head on over to our website, KTSM.com. Make sure you click on the Studio 9 tab. An El Paso small business is trying to tackle two things at once: creating amazing products while helping the environment. KTSM 9 News reporter Susie Castillo shows us why the products are so unique.
Started in my kitchen, you know, me and my KitchenAid just trying to figure it out.
Her kids inspired her to make a line of beauty products that's good for the body and the environment.
I wanted something that my kids could use that didn't have those extra fillers.
So she leaves out all the ingredients she didn't find a purpose for. The shampoos and conditioners Cynthia Chavira makes come in small bars.
It doesn't look like much, but it's concentrated, so it suds up very quickly.
Each bar is supposed to last through 65 washes,
which is 2 shampoo bottles in 1 small concentrated bar.
Chavira says it's better for your hair than most shampoos you'll find on the market.
It's pH balanced. It has no waxes, no silicones, so it's not going to weigh down your hair. It's sulfate free, so if you have colored hair, it's also going to help not strip the natural oils or the color out of your hair.
And she says in Bloom products, don't use plastic.
We wrap all our products in biodegradable shrink wrap, so it's, you know, it has no effect on our environment. People tell me, you know, it makes such a world of difference, you know, not having to worry about recycling.
Coming up on Studio 9, BOTOX. You hear a lot about it, but may not know exactly how it works. Coming up, we take you inside an appointment to show you how simple the process can be.
Since I'm test driving now, shouldn't it be drive, then sign, then drive again?
I think we're gonna need a bigger banner.
The Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. With practically just your signature, you can get a 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
The key to your new Tropicana home will open more than just a door. It will open a new chapter in your life for you and your loved ones. Awarded 2018's Real Texas Builder, Volume Builder of the Year, Tropicana Homes provides move-in ready floor plans designed with the Tropicana Homes tradition of quality, building strong foundations to last generations in 9 communities throughout El Paso. Visit TropicanaHomes.com today.
Stretch your tax dollars at National Furniture Liquidator. We know you work hard for your money, so why pay more? The lowest prices on furniture, like an Ashley pub table, 2 stools and bench, just $3.98. Ashley brand sofas, just $188, $288, or $388. Or a great-looking 5-piece bedroom set, just $488. Thousands of items in stock, so you can buy it today and have it tonight. Plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
they'll buy Big Shorty.
Welcome to the edge of Texas. At the edge of Texas, our steaks are delicately cut. You have to love the outcome of the food. For me, my heart is in it, and I'd like to share it with everyone. We have great margaritas. They are part of the edge of Texas. The edge of Texas, for me, is my home. You want a home-cooked meal? You want great service? Come to the edge of Texas. We'll take great care of you.
Since I'm test driving now, shouldn't it be drive, then sign, then drive again?
I think we're gonna need a bigger banner.
The Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. With practically just your signature, you can get a 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Studio 9 sponsored by Tropicana Homes, building homes in the El Paso area for more than 69 years. Tropicana has been recognized locally and across the state multiple times as the Best Builder of the Year and Best Developer of the Year. There are 9 Tropicana communities currently serving the El Paso area. Find out more about Tropicana on our website at KTSM.com and click on the Studio 9 tab.
Welcome back to Studio 9. In our beauty segment tonight, we take you inside an appointment and talk about injectables. We're going to show you exactly how BOTOX works. Let's talk beauty today. We are at El Paso Cosmetic Surgery, their MedSpa in East El Paso. Joining me is Adriana Garza. She is one of their injectors, the premier injector here in El Paso, one of the 2. And today we have our lovely model, Melissa. It's going to be a lot of fun because you're going to be working with BOTOX. Tell me a little bit what you're going to be doing to her face.
So today we are going to be injecting BOTOX to the masseter muscle, which is right here on the jawline. We're also going to be doing her crow's feet right besides the eye and then on her forehead.
What does that do? What are we trying to do? First of all, what's Botox used for? Because people confuse that with filler. Tell me a little bit about that.
So Botox is a toxin. It is used to reduce the lines that you do when you express. So for example, raise your eyebrows up for me. See all these lines that come right here? Botox is just going to come and soften these lines.
And it's also going to soften the...
Exactly. So the masseter muscle right here, bite down for me. See that muscle that pops out right here? So it helps you when you're grinding or you clench your teeth. It just helps you not clench so much. And also aesthetically, you have a nice jawline contour.
So Botox can do a lot. You can use it all over the face to relax those muscles.
Yes, you can. You can use it all over the face. Of course, most common, forehead, the lines right in the middle, and the crow's feet.
All right, let's get right to it. All right, so you're prepping her first with the alcohol, right?
Yes, we're just going to wipe her skin so it's nice and clean.
And people are always concerned about the size of the needle. Oh, it's going to hurt. I mean, the needle is teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny. So there's really no risk. A bruise may be the smallest risk, but really in itself, it's not that bad.
And it's super quick.
Super, very, very fast.
Okay.
Raise your eyebrows up for me. Relax. Tiny little pinch. Up again. Relax.
And so as you're injecting there...
So as I'm injecting, I'm seeing where her muscle moves up again. Relax. And that's where we're injecting right directly into these lines. And Botox is just a little spicy, but it does not hurt at all.
So there you could see there, no pain at all. Melissa, how does it feel?
Like a prick.
Nothing, right?
No.
Yeah, people are always concerned about the pain. So would you say painless? It's so worth it.
Painless. So we're going to give her a little bit also of a brow lift. So her eyebrow raises really nice. Smile for me. And all these little lines right here, just so when she smiles, smooths out those lines.
Absolutely.
Raise your eyebrows up for me. Relax. Tiny pinch. Big smile. Relax.
And the entire process is really quick, painless. As you guys can see, Melissa has no reaction at all, minimal bleeding. And how quick, if any, how soon can someone expect to see the results?
So full results are at 14 days, but you can see results in as little as 2 days.
How often do you see results, Melissa?
Usually a week.
A week? And that's it? Any pain, discomfort? No?
No, a little bit just tiny stinging, but nothing.
That's nothing. People are always asking about the pain. That's the big one, the size of the needle. We're seeing it there. Now we're going to do her jaw, and you said that relaxes it and narrows out the chin, the face.
Yes, so pinch down for me. Okay, relax. So we're going to see that muscle right here, and all we're going to do is just 3 little pokes. 1 poke, 2, bite down for me one more time, and 3. Perfect.
And how often does someone have to retouch their Botox, would you say?
So Botox will last you between 3 and 4 months. So that's usually around the time when patients come back.
And you can usually start to see when you need it.
Exactly.
But the results, it freshens up your face, right?
It does. It gives you a nice glow. It gives you a nice perspective on your face and no lines. Really smooth.
So awesome. Thank you for showing us how it works. And thank you for being our guinea pig today, Melissa. We're going to look beautiful afterwards.
Of course.
All right. Thank you. And if you want all the information about how you can come in for a consultation with the MedSpa, we'll have it on our website at ktsm.com. Make sure you click on the Studio 9 tab. Spring season is here, and that means spring fashion. Coming up on Studio 9, we show you some of the fashion trends that will be defining your wardrobe.
Due to the tremendous response, the 50% discounted event at Crawford Buick GMC is extended now through this weekend.
Come get this beautiful 2018 GMC Sierra Denali for $12,250 in total savings. $12,250.
Montana Airway. Let's go.
Love your food straight from the source? Then you'll love Papa John's new $6 carryout special. Come in now and pick up a 1-topping medium pie, hand-tossed original dough, vine-ripened sauce, mouth-watering melty cheese, and mouth-smiling delicious pizza for just $6.
It's our birthday, but the gifts are for you. At Conn's Home Plus, we're celebrating 129 years with birthday buys throughout the store. Get a free sofa with your furniture or mattress purchase when you buy the matching love seat. And we're blowing out TVs instead of candles with savings of up to 40% or more. Whether you've got good credit to no credit, the Conn's Low Payment Finder helps find the lowest payment tailored to you. Get started in-store or online at cons.com, then come join the party at Conn's Home Plus.
The key to your new Tropicana home will open more than just a door. It will open a new chapter in your life for you and your loved ones. Awarded 2018's Real Texas Builder, Volume Builder of the Year, Tropicana Homes provides move-in ready floor plans designed with the Tropicana Homes tradition of quality, building strong foundations to last generations in 9 communities throughout El Paso. Visit TropicanaHomes.com today.
It's Truck Month at Shamali Ford. Find hundreds of new 2018 and 2019 F-150s marked thousands below the MSRP. Like a new 2018 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew for $10,000 off the MSRP. And every 2018 Ford F-150 purchase comes with your choice of truck accessory, bed liners, wheel liners, or window tint. Truck Month at Shamali Ford is just another way we're right on the corner, right on the price. At I-10 and Lee Trevino. Arriba El Paso. ShamaliFord.com.
Join today. Call 841-9149. Learn to protect yourself.
The news doesn't stop in the borderland while you're sleeping. At KTSM 9 News, we start our day early to gather the information that's important to you.
We're dedicated to updating you on the weather every 10 minutes to plan out your day.
Watch KTSM 9 News today, weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m.
Flash. Due to the tremendous response, the 50% discounted event at Crawford Buick GMC is extended now through this weekend.
This hot-selling 2019 Buick Encore is $18,777. Yes, $18,777.
The 50% discounted event is extended.
Montana Airway, let's go.
Sun's out, arms out, right? The weather's getting warmer. Spring weather, you can certainly feel it in the air. And what spring means, new clothes, and you certainly want to be in style. Joining me is the epitome of style, Miss Jaswina Legaspi. She's the owner of Gal Fashion. And today we're going to talk about those spring trends. I'm actually wearing some of your clothes.
Yes,
very excited. But for those who don't know you, and I'm surprised who wouldn't know you, but let's talk a little bit about how you got started in the fashion industry and then with your store here in El Paso.
Sure. So I have 10 years of retail background. I used to work at Tres Mariposas, and 3 years ago I opened my own store.
And now you help dress some of the fabulous women here in the borderland.
I do.
And so, as I said, sun's out, arms out, right?
Yes,
we want to dress accordingly, especially because the weather will get hot here rather quickly. So what are some of those trends that we're going to be seeing as the weather begins to get warm and we're transitioning into spring?
So we're going to go over 6 trends today. I'm super excited to talk about them, and I will go ahead and show you with my models a little bit of what you can expect for spring 2019.
So what's the first big trend that people need to watch out for and they can incorporate in their spring wardrobe?
So the first trend I want to talk about is we're going back in time to the 90s. So everything makes a comeback, right? And the first trend is going to be neon. So neon yellow, neon pink, neon green. It's a staple item this spring 2019.
I'm so happy. I love neon. I was looking at pink neon stuff yesterday online.
And you have your neon purse?
I do. I love neon. So that's exciting.
So that's the first trend we're going to talk about. The second trend is suiting. So remember back, Pretty Woman, the 90s, the power suit. That is a huge trend right now for spring 2019, and it's going to go all the way into the fall.
And there's a way to go from day to night when it comes to those power suits to make them sexy.
You can wear it with sneakers during the day and then with heels in the night to kind of give it a dress up, dress down look.
Another one of my favorite looks. I love power suits. That is so me. I love the 90s. It's a great decade. Okay, let's talk about another trend.
Okay, another trend is about 3 years ago, all the platforms disappeared.
Yes.
Well, the platforms are back. We're doing 70s disco, big platform heels. That is huge this spring.
It's a good thing I'm wearing some today, and I regret getting rid of some of them. So if you have platforms, time to take them out, ladies, right?
Yeah. A lot of things that people throw out of their closets, I mean, you can bring them back out right now. Everything makes a comeback. So the next trend is print on print. As you can see, I am rocking that trend as well. But
print on print.
Yes.
There was a time that they said, no, print on print isn't good. But now
it's major.
Okay.
It's everything. So again, 90s trend, you know, Versace when you would wear the matching suit, Moschino, that is back on track. So I'm wearing it, the model's wearing it, and you can see it all over the store as well.
I love it. It actually looks very elegant and classy.
It's very chic, and you don't have to think about it. It's just, you put it together rather than thinking mix and match. No, just wear it all the same.
And for those of us who want to look thinner, it also kind of elongates you because it's a linear look.
Exactly.
All right, next trend.
The last trend I want to discuss is druzy. So druzy is a natural stone, but it has a lot of bling on it, and it's made a huge comeback. You can find it pretty much anywhere, but it goes with anything. You can dress it up, dress it down, and both of the models are wearing druzy today.
Am I wearing some druzy as well? Would you say some of these stones a little bit?
These are all natural gemstones, but they're not necessarily druzy. However, you're still in style.
I'm still in style. Thank you. I get the thumbs up from Jaswina. And of course, if anyone has questions, they can visit your store. It's here on the west side, Gal Fashion. You can style people as well. You go through their closets and help them clean out stuff so they stay on point. Well, I'm loving this new trend for spring. There you heard it from Jaswina. And of course, we're going to have all the details about her store on our website at KTSM.com. All you have to do is go to the Studio 9 page. Coming up on Studio 9, spring has sprung in the borderland. If you're looking to get your garden ready, we have some advice to help you deal with the ever-changing borderland weather.
For the last 14 years, we've proudly represented the people of El Paso and West Texas. If you're injured in an accident, we'll make sure personally insurance companies treat you fairly.
Wyatt Underwood, 485-9100.
The key to your new Tropicana home will open more than just a door. It will open a new chapter in your life for you and your loved ones. Awarded 2018's Real Texas Builder, Volume Builder of the Year, Tropicana Homes provides move-in ready floor plans designed with the Tropicana Homes tradition of quality, building strong foundations to last generations in 9 communities throughout El Paso. Visit TropicanaHomes.com today.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Get 14% below MSRP on most Equinox models, or current competitive owners get 21% below MSRP when financing with GM Financial. That's over $8,300 on this Equinox.
Real people, steel people. They want real power, real options, and real value. Right now, save $30 on the battery-powered blower and trimmer bundle. This season, make it happen at your local steel dealer. Search STIHL or visit steeldealers.com.
Stretch your tax dollars at National Furniture Liquidator. We know you work hard for your money, so why pay more? The lowest prices on furniture, like Beauty Rest queen-size mattress as low as $288. Reclining sofa and love seat, just $488 each piece while they last. Queen upholstered bed, just $188. Thousands of items in stock, so you can buy today and have it tonight. Plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
Nobody beats Shorty.
And with great deals on all these Toyotas, you can make plans to go anywhere.
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 Hello?
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, get $2,000 customer cash. Or qualified buyers get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2019 Highlander.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
For the last 14 years, we've proudly represented the people of El Paso and West Texas. If you're injured in an accident, we'll make sure personally insurance companies treat you fairly.
Wyatt Underwood, 485-9100.
Jewelry provided by Ben Bridge Jeweler.
Welcome back to Studio 9. It is that time of the year where you begin taking care of your flower beds, getting them ready for the warmer season. Joining me right now is Marianela Milner. She is a master gardener with the County of El Paso. We're going to be talking about what you can do to prepare your flower beds and even your vegetable gardens, especially this time of the year, which can be tricky because it gets hot and then it gets cold, then it gets windy. We're dealing with the weather as well. So what should people be aware about when they're looking to plant their flower beds and vegetable gardens?
Okay, well, right now is the perfect time to prepare your garden for your spring and summer garden. And the most important thing right now is to make sure you clean out your beds Make sure there's no weeds hanging out there and no big chunks of rocks or caliche in the area. And then it's important that you amend your bed very, very well.
What does that mean, amend your bed?
Amend means adding compost or an all-purpose fertilizer to your bed and mixing it all up with the soil that you have at in that area.
And talk about how the weather affects your planting, because we're kind of in that transition time. I mean, we're looking ahead to spring. We're still in winter, but it changes day to day. We could still get a cold front, and then it's hot, and then it's windy. How does that affect all your planting?
Yeah, it is tricky at this time of the year because of the winds.
Yes.
And you're right. Go from very warm days like today to some cool days that dip down into the low, maybe 40s, 30s, right. So the most important thing is not so much the temperature of the atmosphere. It's actually the temperature of the soil. The soil is very important before you plant, because let's say certain flowers or certain vegetables need a certain soil temperature in order to germinate.
So show me what you have right here.
So what we recommend is, for instance, next week we're going to actually be planting tomatoes in this garden. And because of the high winds, what we do is we cover the cages what we call shade cloth. Shade cloth or garden cloth. And this can also be used if, let's say, the temperatures fall below freezing. If you have some flowers in your garden, or let's say any vegetables that are starting to come out, you can just place it on top, and it will protect it until the temperatures go back up.
This will help keep that temperature warm, like you said, the temperature of the soil. So are there things you shouldn't be planting this time of the year? Like, talk about flowers that really don't do well, wait a little bit longer in the season.
Let's see, the flowers that do well
this time of the year.
This time of the year?
And then ones that later on. Just give me some examples.
Okay, the ones that do well right now, of course, are your petunias. You're starting to see some petunias out there. Some pansies do very well right now. You're starting to see at the box stores, let's say, some geraniums tend to do very well in El Paso. Of course, another flower that does very well, in the vegetable garden as a companion, are your French marigolds. Marigolds.
That's very nice. And then what doesn't do well here, even because of the extreme heat in the summer months? What would you say? People try to grow here, but it really isn't a climate for it.
Well, you know, we are the desert. We are the Chihuahuan desert, and we are very dry. So lots of people say, oh, my goodness, my hibiscus, or some plant that's a very tropical plant that needs humidity, a lot of humidity. High humidity is not going to do well in our very dry air, climate, and soil.
Okay, so and if people have any questions, you all are available to offer services for people if they need any help growing their plants in their gardens?
Yes, ma'am. The El Paso County Master Gardeners have a helpline or a hotline that you can call up, and you can even send pictures via our Facebook, via our website, and we can help you with any gardening question that you may have.
All right, thank you, Marianela. There you heard it. We're going to have that number on our website at KTSM.com. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
There's a new attraction at Western Playland. KTSM 9 News reporter Susie Castillo takes you on a spin.
Screaming, yelling, and laughing, all sounds you'll hear at Western Playland. This season, there's a new ride.
It's getting people to come back again because, you know, people, if they've been here a couple of times last year, then the first thing they always ask us is, do you have a new ride?
The ride is called the Loco 360. And it's the latest ride that's been attracting more and more people to come to Western Playland.
When it was my turn to test it out, I got a full view of the area, including an upside-down view. It starts off slowly spinning and swaying side to side, then quickly picks up momentum, spinning upside down a few times.
The adrenaline, it got to me. I was really scared.
It's scary, definitely.
We didn't have anything in the park that went upside down.
The president of Western Playland tells me the ride comes from Italy.
We shipped it in here last year and put it together, and so it's brand new.
Park employees helped come up with the name, Loco 360.
So we called it Loco 360 because, you know, the Hispanic area, El Paso, so Loco, and then the 360 is because it goes all the way around.
John Nasser, visiting the park with his friends, was unsure if he was going to ride.
I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. Yeah, I'm kind of scared.
But he got the courage to try it out, and he was surprised.
I liked it. I'm probably going to do it again later on.
The park's president says the ride is a huge hit for teenagers, but they're not the only ones coming back for a thrill. Susie Castillo, KTSM 9 News.
Thank you for joining us here on Studio 9. Remember, if there's something that you would like to see on the show, don't hesitate to email me. I'm your host, Patricia Maese. We'll see you back here next week. Have a safe weekend.